Knicks fans, welcome back to another session of Knicks Couch Report here on Knicks Bros TV. I'd like to go ahead and welcome the audience to our Knicks franchise, the 5-22 underachieving Knicks. Tonight's session is not really going to we're not really going to discuss any game. I know last we spoke with you guys, we were about to hit the Spurs, Boston Celtics, and obviously the Raptors and the Mavericks game. Basically, we went ahead and we lost against the Spurs. We had a really good win against the Boston Celtics in which we had about a 15-point lead. We kind of blew that lead, and the game became a little closer than it was really supposed to. But we managed to get that victory. Had a really heartbreaking loss against the Raptors. I thought Carmelo Anthony, I thought the team overall performed very well against the Raptors. We obviously have turnovers or whatnot, but we managed to keep it to a certain level. That game went to overtime. I thought Carmelo Anthony stepped up big toward the end. We went to overtime, and when it just came down to it at overtime, we blew it because we were just exhausted. You could tell how tired Carmelo Anthony was. You could tell how tired just the stamina wasn't there for us. Carmelo Anthony had a couple of open looks which he missed, so that kind of had us trailing. Hardaway had a turnover, so we ended up losing that game, I believe by the score of 95-90. Then, last night, I probably watched the most ugliest NBA game of my life. And, good grief. So much turnovers. Second half was so sloppy. Second quarter was so sloppy. Third quarter was, it just got to a point in where we started influencing Dallas with their, they started turning the ball over. There's just something with Madison Square Garden right now. It's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. Constant turnovers. Stoudemire, I don't know what it is. He keeps turning the ball over. I think he's got an eyesight problem because he just keeps clutching his hands before the ball gets there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of the guy, but good grief, man. And then Carmelo Anthony just, here's the thing with Carmelo, and I don't mean to give the guy such a hard time, but we all know he's playing hurt. And it's just kind of like, well, get on the bench, let somebody else come off. My brother made a point, well, at least he's still scoring for us, and yeah, but imagine, how many times he missed his shots too. Carmelo Anthony is super inconsistent this year. So, let's kind of get into the topic of this video. The topic of this video is about a comment Chandler made after coming to Madison Square Garden. This is after the game. Before the game, Carmelo Anthony asked the fans not to boo Chandler in his return. And Chandler had this in return to say about Carmelo. He basically said he feels sorry for Carmelo Anthony. I'm just going to summarize it because, he feels that Carmelo Anthony is a competitor, and it's just unfortunate that he's in the situation that he's in. And this actually sparked a conversation between my brother and I would like to summarize that conversation. I really wanted to do a Google Hangout, but I'm working excessive amount of days of my job, and I know my brother is super busy being a parent and taking care of his career as well. But here's the thing, guys. No one put a gun to Carmelo Anthony's head and said, make that decision. We begged him as an organization to come back. We begged and begged. He decided to return. I don't know, whatever the reason might have been, whether if it was career opportunities in New York, outside of basketball, or maybe he wanted to stay faithful to his hometown. Whatever the case may have been, he decided to stay with the Knicks. On his interviews, he's been a stand-up guy, and he has stated that, you know what, I made the decision that I made. There's a lot of speculations about, hey, now because we're going to play Chicago in Chicago, and everyone's playing the what-if game. And for me, it's quite simply this. Why would you feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony? Here's the thing, guys. This isn't the same Carmelo Anthony from last year where he put up 40 to 50 points and all the team is doing is just passing the ball to Carmelo because everybody else is a bum and doesn't want to do anything or can't shoot or can't do anything. This year, Carmelo Anthony is just as responsible as Tim Hardaway Jr., as Iman Shumpert, as J.R. Smith, as Amari Stoudemire. Carmelo Anthony has been just as bad as those players. Missed opportunities, missed open shots, terrible defense, turning the ball over. So to come out and say that, hey, I feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony is just a ridiculous comment. And then my brother went on to say that, well, you know, if you put him in a better environment or better players around him, he's going to be better. Totally. So is Tim Hardaway. You put Hardaway on the Bulls, he's gonna do good. You put Tim Hardaway on Golden State, he'll do fine. That's the missing ingredient for Carmelo Anthony. Again, I've said this in my previous videos, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again. And some of you guys might like the comparison, some of you guys won't. But look at Kobe Bryant. He's reached an age and where he can't carry on the team by himself. And he tried this earlier this season. But I think he's just come to grips that this is just the way it is. And if I'm going to stay in this league, if I'm going to be relevant, this is how I need to go about it. Kobe Bryant has noticed his body at 36 is not the body he had when he was 28 or 25. So what has he done? He's made the players better around him. He's passed the ball. He shared the ball. He picks up 9 to 10 assists a game now. Kobe Bryant? You kidding me? Remember? He was considered the ball hog. He's got 6,000 assists in his career. He gets into his players' faces in practice. He wants them to do better. He's passionate about the game. He plays defense. Watch the game against the Mavericks. How many times did Carmelo Anthony mess up on defense? How many times did he give so much room where the guy scored a 3 on us? That's the thing. Are you feeling sorry for Carmelo Anthony? No, I feel sorry for Spike Lee because he's got to go to every game. Feel sorry for the fans that goes every game. Feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony. Here's the thing. And this is from a guy that's barely ever played basketball in his life. I played soccer for the most of my life. But when I sit and look at it, there is no triangle being played. All I see is squares and circles, just guys running around. Calderon's being super inconsistent. Turnovers have been just our story. Here's the thing. I don't see Carmelo Anthony as a superstar. He's going to have the same exact career as Tracy McGrady. He was hot for a couple of years. He was a really good player. What happened to T-Mac, guys? He's going to have the same exact career as Vince Carter. Who does he play for now? Exactly. I don't know. Tell me what you think. That's just my perspective on it. I really wanted to kind of share that with you guys. We got to play the Bulls away. That's going to be an insane game because with the way D Rose is playing, I can't see Calderon being able to guard him. or Shane Larkin. Shane Larkin's got a lot of growing to do, but out of all the players, I think he's steadily just improving. Then we got the Phoenix Suns, which, I mean, they've lost a couple of heartbreaking games, especially the one against the Bucks. And then we go out to Toronto to play the Raptors in Toronto. So we have some tough games coming up. We got the Bulls, Suns, Raptors, Wizards, Kings, Trailblazers, and Clippers. Help us, someone. Trade deadline's coming up, but obviously Shumpert and J.R. Smith are both injured. Talk about good timing. But it is what it is. It's just been a very rusty beginning to the season. Obviously, we're about to finish a quarter through the season, so it is what it is. We are what we are. Please leave your comments. Please, share your thoughts with us. And again, thank you to all the subscribers. I really just want to kind of get that off my chest. Not really recapping any games, just because most of the games have been the same result. But tell me what you think, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.